Now, first of all, we need to know the server name, our instance name. Then only we can connect to the SQL Server through a SQL Server Management Studio or through a command prompt or through any way. So first of all, how to check the SQL Server name. So if you install on the same machine, then it's very easy to identify a server name. But if you install on a different machine, assume you are in the LAN network or in the network, you install the SQL Server in one machine, but you are trying to connect from different server or different laptop, then you may need to know the exact name. But when you're trying on the same machine, then it's very easy to identify the name of the instance or name of the server you gave during the installation. So let me quickly show you that. So since I installed the SQL Server on the same machine, and I'm trying to connect from the same machine, then how can I identify the name of the SQL Server? So you can give whatever the name you want. Ideally, we do give name of the computer we give, but there's an option to change the name. And if you're trying to install multiple instances, then obviously you need to give a little different name for first instance to second instance. In your server, with a name, we can get only one instance, one server. If you want a second instance, then you want to give a different name. Okay? So by default, it comes with a MS SQL Server. You can change the name even .sl. So let me quickly show you how to enter a server name, and even I installed only one instance of SQL Server on my machine, that is SQL Server 2019. That's a recent version which is running in the market. So let me quickly go here and connect to the SQL Server Management Studio. Here I am going to identify what is the name of the server which I kept during the installation. So by default it came up with my server name, but assume nothing is coming out. I'm trying for the first time. It will come like this. Okay? So here you can say drop down here, let's expand this drop down. Here you'll see browse for more. Select this browse for more. Here you can see the multiple options: database engine, analysis services, reporting services, integration services, Azure, SSIS integration runtime. So currently I don't have any of these. There's the reason why I don't have a plus symbol for analysis services, reporting services, and other options. I have a plus symbol only for the database engine. I got like this. So let me expand this database engine. Once I expand this, I can see how many instances of SQL Server has been installed. So I did only one time. That's the reason why I can see only one name. So if I have 2 instances of SQL Server, then I'll get the 2 names here. 3 names, 5 names, I'll get it. So this is my name of the SQL Server. You can give this name to somebody else who is there in the same network they can connect if they have a permissions. So let's select this and click on OK. And here, Windows Authentication, SQL Authentication, and you have Azure Active Directory and Azure Active Directory password and integrated. It depends. We talk about one by one slowly at later stages. Select the Windows Authentication. Let's click on Connect. So when you select Windows Authentication, you do not need to enter username or you don't need to provide a password. It takes my user ID from a login Windows credentials and it checks for them privileges. If this particular user, venkat-pcs/venkat, if this user has a permissions on this SQL Server, then it automatically connects when I click on Connect. Yes, it has a privileges. So what can the privileges? We can see it later stage. So at least if you have a select privilege, if you have a connect privilege, then you can at least connect it. Based on the privilege level, you can do the operations here. So I say this is my computer. I'm the admin of the SQL Server. I can do whatever I want. Even as a normal user also, you can log in into this PC and you can see. So this is how you can identify the server name, and this is how you can connect to the SQL Server for the first time once you do the installation. Then how to identify the version name. Say people ask you what version of SQL Server you are connecting. Okay, so here, since you can connect, so this is SSMS I have, but originally what version of server has been installed? Okay, so SSMS cannot tell you by looking at the SSMS itself. So you need to provide a command. For example, you are in the LAN network. You are connecting to a SQL Server which is there in your network. So SSMS can be of any version. Okay, so you can connect to the server and you can do operations. If somebody asks what version you are using in SQL Server is, So you can use SQL 2012, or you can use SQL 2018, you can use 2017, 2016, or 2019. Okay, and even apart from these versions, we have again different version of the same number, standard and express and enterprise, like this. So they'll ask you what kind of version you are using, how to identify that. So SQL will give you one command to identify a version of the SQL. Okay, so like simply type @8 version. See, intelligence is enabled in SQL 2019 as well. Okay, so just type this command, select @8 version. So once you're done with the command, type execute it. So now you can read this. So here, Microsoft SQL Server 2019 RTM 15.0 or 2000.5 x64 September 24, 2019. So this one copyright Microsoft Corporation Developer Edition. I told you that it is the developer edition when I was doing the installation. On Windows Phone 10, this is my ways. On Windows Phone 10, 10.2. So build number is this. So this is how you need to identify the version number. You can tell to the people. Okay, so now, by looking at this SSMS, you cannot tell what version of SQL Server is original. Okay, SSMS can be off. I can use SSMS previous version also. So if you want to identify what is the SSMS version, so let's quickly connect to the SSMS, and in the help icon, just click on about. So once you click on about, you can see the version is SQL Server MAMS Studio. Version number is 15.0.183.84.2. But if you see the version list, this one. So this can be anything, actually this one. So there's a reason why SSMS can be of different version. Original SQL Server of different version. So you need to see and you need to identify the real version by using this command. And also, let me click again about. You can see here operating system also. You can see here .NET Framework. You can see all these all. Okay, so this is a developer version I'm using for my practice and for my examples. So that's how you identify, and that's how you connect and check down the versions.